Psalm 95 and 8 tell us that if we hear the voice of the Lord, do not harden your hearts like you did in the day of Meribah and Massah. Now, Meribah and Massah literally do mean testing, quarreling, strife. But yet Meribah and Massah were actual places. If you were to go back and regale the story of the Israelites journeying to the promised land while they were in the wilderness, the times when the Bible specifically tells us that they needed water and the Lord brought water through Moses and through the rock to them, it was at the place of Meribah and it was at the place of Massah. And these were places where they grumbled and they complained. So why is the Lord drawing that specific reference? I'll tell you why. A lot of times, just human nature, the nature of our flesh, whenever we are in a situation of need, the temptation to grumble, the temptation to complain sets in. And you have to actively guard against it. When you continue with grumbling and complaining, your heart becomes hard. And when your heart becomes hard, fellowship, close fellowship, meaningful and intimate fellowship is broken with the Lord. And that is a dangerous place to be. Now, I'm not saying the Lord will not love you, but you would not have that close fellowship with him anymore. Now, think of it this way. If you have 5 nieces, you will love all of them, but one specific niece lives next door. You see her all the time, you converse all the time, you share meals all the time. Naturally, you spend more time with her because she is next door and you have a different level of connection. You have a different level of fellowship. And you might be more inclined to do things for her and with her than you would do for the others. It is not that you don't love the others, but you have a different relationship with her because of the close fellowship. It is the same thing in this situation. If you grumble and complain and you have hardness in your heart, your fellowship breaks with the Lord. He will still love you, but it will not be like before. You want to remain in that close fellowship. So how do we go through seasons of hardship and testing and strife and deep need without getting into the place of murmuring and complaining? Now, I am not saying that you should not talk about the situation. You should definitely seek out at least one close, good Christian friend, someone you know who will lead you along the way of the Lord, someone who will not expose what you don't want to be exposed, someone who will pray for you. That is the kind of person you want to tell. And yes, you should definitely talk about it. However, when it steps into a situation where all you can do is talk about it, you don't see any of the blessings of the Lord anymore in your life, not that the blessings are not there, but you no longer acknowledge them. All you do is hone in and exalt this problem. It is natural that you will become hard in your heart because you would have entertained murmuring, you would have entertained complaining to a level that it should not have gone. So how do you guard against this? You remain with a grateful heart. You ask the Lord every day, Lord, remind me of the things that you've done for me and create in me a clean heart, create in me a grateful heart. You keep praising the Lord while you are in the hallway of waiting for the breakthrough. You keep reminding yourself of the things that he's done. You keep reading your Bible. You keep going to church. You keep in prayer. The Lord will answer. But do not grow weary in complaining. Do not grow hard in your heart. He is saying not to. So remind yourself daily of all of his benefits.